Alright, and today, yes, it was confirmed. The leak that I talked about earlier is real, but the name is different. We have the brand new set, yes, Celestial Guardians, and I can't lie, this does actually look amazing. Let's make sure it's HD, but this set looks incredible. Now, I'm sure you guys have already seen the trailer, but there's a lot of things that you can point out even in the trailer. And I'm going to check out some brand new cards that were not shown in the trailer actually, but just for the sake of, speculation, analyzing and having fun before the set releases, we're gonna, break down what some of these cards do, how I think they're gonna be, in the meta, and, what else you guys can look forward to in this upcoming set. And look at that right there, that is insane. Anyways, something that I did want to point out, early, I wanted to point this out early, there are literal sun and moon cards. Like, I don't know if anybody noticed, but as you can see, we have Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio, and it's nothing too crazy at first sight, but these are the sun versions, as you can see from the backgrounds. Leafage, Heat Tackle, and Water Gun. But, boom! Look at that, night versions. There are actual moon cards, and they all have different, moves. Skill Dive for Rowlet, Scratch, and Sing. Completely different moves, by the way. Completely different moves between, the sun and the moon cards. I think that's a really cool concept. Anyways, let's keep it going. Obviously, we see Solgaleo, Lunala. Speaking of Solgaleo, absolutely insane ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, just make it active. Boom. Who cares? For 2 energy. Now, some people might think that's just completely broken, but don't forget this is a stage 2. It could be inconsistent. But like, oh my god, that's insane. No way that Mon's bad. No way that Mon's bad. You have Meowth, nothing of note here. Oricorio, Dazzle Dance, 2 for 40. Confusion, terrible. Alright, Alolan Raichu EX. I actually think this thing could make some rounds. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. This counters Gyarados, this counters Giratina. We kind of needed this. I don't think it's anything insane, by the way. Psychic Connect. Once during your turn, you may move all Psychic Energy from your bench Pokemon to your active. Obviously, you play this with Giratina, right, guys? That's what I'm thinking. Obviously, you play this with Giratina, Psychic Connect, take it all from the bench, and you start blasting, right? I'm assuming this is how we would use this. Or, it's good for pivoting. It could be really good for pivoting. Like, you start with one Psychic carry, and you end the game with Lunala, and you bench the one that's active, bench them, take that energy, and then you start blasting with Lunala. I don't know, first thing that comes to mind though is Giratina. Giratina and Lunala. Oricorio, Spiteful Dance, if any of your Pokemon are knocked out, this does 60 more damage. Okay, this is like more Shadow. Call Forth Cold. Is this a Water Accelerator? Oh, attach it to this Pokemon. Whatever. Burning Boomerang. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. Oh, it's actually similar to the other Marowak EX, but it also burns. Ooh, if at least one of them is heads. Interesting. 3 energy is kind of crazy though. I will be honest, 3 energy is kind of crazy. I know we have some new tools or items, I believe. Yeah, Rotom deck. Look at the top card of your deck, then you may shuffle your deck. It's whatever. Rare Candy is game changing. Rare Candy is game changing. Choose one of your basic Pokemon and play. If you have a stage 2 in your hand that evolves it, you can place it and skip the stage 1. This helps so many inconsistencies. It's insane. It's actually insane. Like, it's ridiculous. Let me read this. Do we need to run the stage 1 mod? The thing is, I'm wondering, can we just substitute stage 1 mods with rare candies? I don't know why you would do that necessarily, because like, I don't know why you would do that, but it's interesting. But this card is incredible though. Rare Candy is incredible. Helps so much with inconsistencies. It's great. It's great. Great card, great card. Then we have some new supporters. Put one of your normal Pokemon that has damage on it back into your hand. Interesting. If you have Araquanid in play, switch in one of your opponent's benched. Araquanid must... So, if Araquanid's inactive, I'm assuming you can Cyrus somebody, but it has to be in Araquanid decks. Choose one of your Alolan Marowak or Turtonator. Oh! That helps the 3 energy problem. Okay, so Kiawe is a accelerator. A fire accelerator. But only for specific Pokemon. I don't know how I feel about these, like, supporters that are specific to, like 1 or 2 mons. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's cool, I guess. No, it's cool. It's cool for, you know, those one unique decks, but it makes them like not good, like going into the future of the game, because like assuming these mons will one day be power crept, right? Choose one of your Palo Sand or Mimikyu. Oh, Mimikyu is in this set. And move 40 of its damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's crazy. That's kind of insane. It's a heal that does damage. Acerola is a heal of 40 that does damage back. That's insane. Heal all damage from your Shiinotic or Serena. If you do discard all energy from that Pokemon, ugh, you gotta see how Shiinotic and Serena use their energy. And then Sophocles, I can't even read his card, but Togedemaru does more damage, I think. And boom! The Immersive is a supporter. Yep, the Immersive is actually a supporter, and I paused it at the perfect time. Heal 60 damage from one of your stage 2. Assuming this obviously supposed to be played with Solgaleo and Lunala, right? That's why it's stage 2. This is also good for Dragonite. This is also good for tons of other stage 2s in the game. Like, this card is insane. And it is the Immersive. I will be needing this card pronto. Pronto, of course. Now, we're not done yet, though. Stay tuned in the video. We're going to show off some more cards that they actually refuse to show in this trailer. So, let's switch to that right now. Alright, we're back, and yes, we do have a clear look at the Solgaleo EX card. You know, we already talked about what it does, but these are some clear views of the cards, you know. This is Lunala. Card arts look great, by the way, I have to say. We also have a Rainbow Alolan Raichu EX. Incredible art. I need this card. Bro, Alola is my favorite generation, so I will be going crazy on the set. Alola, you know, if you saw my Tinkaton video, Giratinka, check it out. I did say Alola is my favorite generation. And then, look at what we have here. Your eyes do not deceive you. A cute playmat, yeah, sure. A Shaman coin, yeah, sure. But Rayquaza EX is coming. Yes, Rayquaza EX is coming. And I know it's a little bit difficult to actually read what he does, but don't worry, I'll read it for you. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 4 times. For each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 40 damage to it. Basically power crept the living Christ out of Dragonite. It's just a better Draco Meteor. It's a little bit weaker at 40, so it's not 200 damage, but you know, it's like way less inconsistent because it's only a basic. And you know, I love Rayquaza, so I'm running it. You know what would be fun? Rayquaza Dragonite decks. Ooh, Dragons of Doom or something. You know, that might have to be something I might have to try out. Because it is actually colorless, so you could run Rayquaza with Dragonite. But how would that work? I don't know how that would work. I don't know, comment down below Rayquaza deck ideas. But I guess we gotta see what the new Alola cards bring as well for Rayquaza. But you know, anyways, yep, that is all for this video. You know, I'll put it on Solgaleo. Comment down below if you're excited for this new deck. I am super excited. I can't wait. I love this generation. And yeah, you know, get your theory crafting down in the comment section below. You know, I love to incite, you know, a community feeling here on this channel. Anyways, love you guys. I'm out. See you on the 30th.